crafters, welcome into Guys Craft 2. My name is John, and we are in Star Valley, Arizona. So thanks for tuning in. Hey, Danielle, how are you doing? And hopefully you can see there's Curtis in the back. Hey, BBMK, how are you? Welcome in. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Welcome to all those new folks. Hey, Katrina, thanks for being here today. There's Russ. Russ is determined that we're going to call this Shady Pines.
Yeah, that's still under debate.
Curtis says we're still debating that. But we've had an amazing weekend. It's been a lot of fun. We've had so much going on up here. We bought this knowing that we wanted to do some updates and um, have some things painted and all that. The inside's completely done. The outside's been painted. Yesterday they finished, well, before we got here, they finished the driveway. And now they finished putting the awning on today. So you might hear a little bit construction work in the back, but we'll see how that goes. Hey, Joydy, hello to you. And let's see, trying to keep up. All right, so one of the things that we found in Payson, Arizona, is there is one quilt shop. And so we did finally make it over there yesterday. It was very interesting. It's about 3 stores that have been expanded out. Gina, I think, is the owner. And so we met her yesterday. She was doing a class. She wasn't happy to know that I traded my Bernina 790 in on a Viking Epic 2. She's a huge, huge, huge Bernina fan and dealer. Everything in her store is Bernina. Hey, Jeannie, how are you? And so, but it is what it is. We have the Bernina 480 that we brought up here. And once we get the craft table and all that put together, hopefully maybe next trip, I'll be able to do some sewing up here while we are here. So Jody says she likes what she sees, but she needs a grand tour at some point. So
No, so we'll have to walk around with that.
we might be able to do that. So anyways, the store up here is called the Copper Needle. And like I said, we met Gina yesterday, who is the owner. She also has her own YouTube channel. She's done some really great things. She spoke at our Quilt Guild probably about a year and a half ago. But anyways, the Copper Needle is her store. She was doing a class yesterday. She does demo days like every other month. But I did pick up a few things because, I just can't go in a store and not I can't go in a store and not buy something, right? So we had to find a few things. Hey, Barb, welcome in. So she actually does her own patterns. So I did pick up a pattern from her yesterday called Sangria. And I just really liked the way that pattern looked. So I think that will be something really cool to do. So I did pick that pattern up because, I absolutely needed at least one more pattern. And then I picked another one up from her called Peasy Pie. And they actually had this laying on the table. I wish I'd taken a picture of it. They had it on the table, but she had done it instead of the white stripes, they had done it in black. And instead of doing more of the solid or polka dot type fabrics, they had done it in florals. And it really, really did jump and look sharp. So it's just funny how changing out the fabrics can really make such a difference. And then Curtis found one that we absolutely had to have from Bryce Allen Designs called the Ugly Sweaters. So we are hoping to do some of those maybe for Christmas.
I thought about maybe making little gift card holder purses, change purses, little things like that, and putting the little sweaters on them. I thought that would be cute and fun little prizes for the Christmas games that we play at the Christmas parties.
Yeah, so he thought maybe those will end up being some gifts in that this year. So we'll see how that turns out. But that was fun. Then we also, he found one fat quarter that he had to have. And it is just a bunch of Santas. And unfortunately, they only had the one, so it will work into something, I'm sure, at some point. And so we did grab a fat quarter. And then, do you want to tell them what else you found?
We found they had a s'mores quilt that was done as a kit, and a lot of it has to do with Hershey, Pennsylvania, and Hershey's chocolate. Of course, I was born and raised in Pennsylvania. I've been to Hershey many times, so it was kind of a nod to my upbringing a little bit, and it's really pretty. So John got the last one of the kits to make a quilt for it.
So they actually do sell the entire kit. It was originally started, I think, um, but that's the camp s'mores, and of course the camping. And I've seen it on the internet, but they're all sold out. So I was happy that we were able to get one. S'more to Love, and then Camp S'mores, Hershey, Pennsylvania. So they actually offer a 2 workshop class to show you how to cut this up, stitch all around it, and make a big wall hanging out of it. They did not give me the pattern. She said they would email that to me. This was the last kit they had, and I actually came home and looked online, and this was apparently a 2023 thing. So I'm anxious to see what the pattern looks like in that, but I think this will really turn out cute. No idea what we'll do with it. Curtis thought we might make a lap quilt out of it, but it's the way it's designed. It's really meant to be a square wall hanging.
Well, at first I wanted it to be a full quilt because you know me, I like to be covered from my chin to my feet. So I thought maybe we might be able to make it larger, but we can't. So maybe we can do it as a wall hanging and our square and hang it up here. We have some space on the wall, but it would fit in. It would fit in nicely. I mean, it's a little country for us, but it's cute, and I think it would work up here.
So, and it came with all the different fabrics. Like these marshmallows are just so cool. The graham crackers. This actually does say Hershey and has the chocolate bars on it. And then this was just the big regular Hershey bars, and then a lot of the background fabric. So I think this will turn out really cute. I'm anxious to see when I get the recipe. I guess it is a recipe in a way. When I get the instructions on how to do it, and we'll see how that turns out. So Joydy says she loves s'mores. Curtis does too. He likes when we go to Vegas over at, is it New York, New York,
Yes.
where you come out of the M&M? Not.
No, it was in the hotel.
Yeah, but it's when you come out of one of the stores. Is it the M&M store?
No, I don't remember. It's
Not
been a
either.
while since we had. I honestly don't remember.
But they do have s'mores sitting right there, and they make them fresh and bake them, and they're a nasty gooey mess. He loves one, always has to have one. They're like $8 or $10, I think. But they look good. I'm just not go eat messy like that in public. But he always gets one. Yes.
And it always shows. I always drop a little on my shirt.
Yes, he always puts it on everything.
I always say that if I drop a little on my shirt, that means I enjoyed it.
Russ says, "Look at Curtis enabling you." See, he does. He wants to say things about how much we have, and then yet he finds more projects for us. So it is what it is. BBMK says she loves ugly sweaters. Joydy says, "Cute idea." Oh, she said they would make nice pillow tops too. Trina does. Hey, Sherry, welcome in. Thanks for joining us today. Let's see what else would be a cute outdoor quilt. Absolutely. Especially with the camping and all that kind of themes up here. Yeah. Yeah. Or we could at least toss it across the sofa.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because it's in the grays and that, so it would match. Let me pick that up. Didn't like where that landed. So, anyways, that was part of our day yesterday. Outdoor pillows on the porch or patio too. Absolutely. Hey, Andrea, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. So we didn't get a lot done. We've kind of just bummed around all weekend, and that we have been at the house a lot, and just sitting here and doing things. We have
We went for donuts Friday.
oh, we did. So the park actually offers coffee and donuts on Friday morning. So we did go over there and met a few of the neighbors. And so that was nice. And of course, fresh donuts for free. You can't, like, how do you complain about that, right? So we had that. And I have spent time this weekend actually in my Annie sewing books. And so I really found bunch of projects in this weekend sewing book by Annie. So now we've just got to figure out when John would ever have time to add more projects. But they had this sewing machine organizer pad that just looks so cute. And I think that would really be nice, especially when I go to quilt camp, because I am planning to go back to quilt camp. I just don't know when that will ever happen. Some of the ladies began to wonder if I'll ever show up again, but we'll see. They had this ironing board caddy as one of the projects in here, and I thought that might be cute, especially to make as gifts for a few folks. So I found a bunch of projects in there. I found a few projects in the baskets and bags bag. I didn't really find anything in the pre-cut. That's not to say there's not anything in there or in this pot holder. And I did buy the tumbler from AccuQuilt, so I went through a few of these, but I have a lot of projects already, so this was just kind of light reading, as I said, on the sofa. So, so that was kind of our weekend. It's been a little crazy. We are enjoying being up here. It was interesting in Phoenix and over in the Sun Cities area. It's been in the 90s already. We actually broke 100, I think, 2 days in the last few weeks. So, our summer has definitely kicked in. That's not the case up here. We wake up in the morning and it's 42, 44 degrees. So I have turned the heat on. And then it's been getting all the way up to 74 in the day. So it is why we bought up here, is to get away from the heat and that. But it is funny that it still is very much springtime up here and still trying to get that way, it seems like. So I don't know, a lot going on, a lot for us to still get done. We did not get any crafting done this week. We're looking at a retail space up here because it's so much cheaper. And if we do that, it would give us a place to do some of the Etsy stuff out of, and that we just have to think about how that would work, considering we're only going to be up here a couple of weekends a month and what we would do in between. But it would also get us out of paying for a storage unit, which is just kind of crazy. See what else? Because you're not on reading comments, are you?
No, I didn't have it downloaded on my laptops or on this laptop. Sorry.
EBMK says she wishes we were still having those temps down in Phoenix. Absolutely, totally understand. Jody says it's great books, but she needs to get sewing too. Katrina said, did you get to see the Aurora Borealis?
Aurora Borealis. That was that thing in the sky where the sky was purple.
Oh no, we missed it. We um, totally spaced on that for some reason. So just crazy. Hey, Gene, thanks for joining. It's been yeah, so it's been a busy weekend, but not so busy. We've actually kind of just hung at the park this weekend. We've enjoyed having an opportunity to really just be um, in the new home, kind of walk. We haven't even really done hiking or anything like that as of yet, but that's always a possibility or something that we can think about later. You see behind us, the family room. The way we set that up is we did some of the themes from Phoenix. So we've got the Arizona print, we've got some of the Arizona mountains in that, and then we put some black and whites in of downtown Phoenix because that just seemed to make sense to us. We did go with some of the more rustic colors. Is that the way to say it? So we did a lot of the grays in that with the gray sofa, but then we like that rust orange chair. The chairs here in the dinette set are in that green. Curtis found um, placemats, which are more mid-century, but they're definitely in that avocado green. So we did those. The kitchen itself is in the lemons. So we did lemon theme yellow in the kitchen areas. Oh, yeah. Let's see. So there's the kitchen. And then if you can see way up there above the microwave is a tobacco basket that I made with lemons and that type of stuff. And then right behind us is the bar area. And yes, we brought the Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville maker up so that we can have margaritas on the screened in porch as soon as the screened in porch gets built. So they're outside. If you hear some hammering in that, I'm sorry. They're outside trying to finish the awning for us. So the driveway's in, the awning's in, and then this week they hope to get the screened in porch started for us. The furniture's here for it, of course. So they'll finish out the screened in porch. They'll put our privacy fence up. And then we decided that we needed some shrubbery and plants. So we just went this morning and bought, what, nine shrubs and hedges and that. So they'll get those in too. BBMK's, okay, y'all, I'm missing. Let's see. Jean says she was late but smiles. We already said hi to Jean. BBMK. BBMK says, I just want to, Joyce, I want to cry, not ready. And I'm Arizona born and raised. I don't think BBMK is ready for our big temp swings yet, but it is absolutely coming. Jody said, beautiful place, wishing you lots of years of happiness and fun there. Thank you so much. It has really, truly been a work in progress, hasn't it? And so, but we've enjoyed, for the most part, getting it put together. Once we get the outside done, it's kind of nice that it's paced the way it has because we were able to go decide like the second door that takes us out of the park home. They're actually going to make that enter into the screen room. So now we can leave that open because we'll have all the screen room there. So we can run in and out of the screen room, do grilling, barbecuing out there. He'll have a place, still be right there to do his laundry and that kind of stuff. So it's definitely a work in progress. And the way work has been and so busy and so much going on, it's just been so crazy. But we're really blessed to have what we've got and what we're doing. I did not bring any quilt projects up, so unfortunately, you got the talking head today because I am to the point now. The VMI, or not the VMI, the Marine Corps quilt is pretty much pieced together. I need to go back and sew all the rows together, so I end up with the big insert center right. And I need to do the same thing for the University of Louisville quilt. And then all I've got to do is put those borders and that on. So, but I just didn't feel like trying to get that done last week. We had so much between work and so many other activities going on. It's just been crazy. So our plan is we go back to the big house tomorrow morning. And well, he'll get to go to the big house in the morning. I'll stop at the office, work all day over in the Tempe area, and then head home tomorrow night. He'll do the same thing. He'll stop at the house, then go on to work, and then we'll both be home tomorrow night. And then we'll be down in the valley for the next 10 days or so with a plan to come back up here Thursday night of Memorial Day weekend. So we'll be up here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and head back down on Tuesday. So it'll be our first time to really get to spend that long up here. It's really worked out well. We figured out Amazon has found us now. So Amazon truck has been here 3 times. Walmart delivery has found us. They come multiple times over the weekend when we're here. And The local grocery up here actually had steaks on sale, so we grabbed steaks yesterday, and we're getting a new grill, so we'll be able to grill steaks and all that for Memorial Day. And then it won't be long, we'll be headed to South Carolina to be on the beach with the grandkids and that. And the grandkids are so excited. They keep asking my daughter constantly when that's going to happen. And I enjoy that they keep bugging her about it. So it is all good. Katrina says, I delivered the tumbling blocks quilt to Tova's grandfather. Her parents can't wait to get it shipped to her in Washington. We have not done the tumbling blocks, but that is a really cute pattern. I know someone else that just did that over in the Quilt Club. Jordy's out in North Carolina, but she knows it's the 90s and 100s. The problem with North Carolina and South Carolina when we get there is the humidity. Man, you really get spoiled being on the West Coast and totally forget all about the humidities in that. Jody says, are you getting a ceiling fan for your screened-in porch? Yes. So he is building out what he calls a hip wall all the way around. We'll have two doors, one on each side to go in and out. We'll have electric out there to plug in for whatever we need, and we will have a remote control fan for out there. So I think that's going to be awesome, and we can't wait to see that finished out. One of the things Curtis has been working on is getting a rug for out there, because we got the sofa and two chairs and a cocktail table. So that's all in a wicker type furniture with the big cushions and that. We, of all places, bought some really cute, were they turquoise and orange?
No, there's blue. There's like a royal blue and turquoise, I think, and I think orange and yellow. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but I know there's three of those four colors. And then for pillows, and then you bought that, or we also bought that pineapple pillow too.
Oh, yeah. So those are all very bright colors. Of all places, we got those at Big Lots, and they were on clearance, and they were already 50% off. And then we got another 25% the day we bought them. We've become big Lots shoppers, which is funny because we really never have been. But since I have an electric vehicle, where we charge the electric vehicle is right there in front of Big Lots. And so because I have a Volkswagen is connected to Electrify America. Electrify America is right there in front of Big Lots. So I get to charge 30 minutes for free. So it's easy for us to slip there. I can charge the car. We go in and usually almost always find something in Big Lots, which is just crazy because, we need a lot more up here. Um, and but then the car charges, and it charges for free. So part of the deal with Volkswagen is they gave us 3 years of free charging 30 minutes a day. So it's crazy for me to come back to the park home and pay to charge my vehicle when I can do it right there. And I mean, I say it's crazy, right? Because we have never shopped Big Lots so much. And then today, while the car was charging, we went down to Starbucks, which was nice. And we sat there for a little bit, and then Big Lots opened, and we went in and we ended up buying a fake plant to go in the screen room. What else do we buy?
A little windmill thing for the summer, so for that it was red, white, and blue. Remember?
Oh yeah, I bought a pinwheel. So the big plastic pinwheels that was all done in the red, white, blue patriotic colors and that. Yeah. And they had solar lights for landscaping, and you got 10 in a pack, which is plenty for what we need. They were on sale for like $29.99 or something, cheaper than what we've seen at Home Depot and other places. So yes, we ended up getting that. So I ended up spending like $55 today, and it's like just crazy. It's nothing that we needed, but it's stuff we wanted, right? I wanted the landscaping lights. I think the cute little pinwheel for Memorial Day coming up, and then we'll put it back out for 4th of July. But it's one of those that's made out of that heavy plastic. So it just looks nice, and it'll work outside really well for us. And then the plant was $16, and it's like this tall.
Yeah.
They can't. I can't get it all on the screen, but it's a good size, and especially for the price. So, all right, let's see what we have. We've had a few days in the 90s already in Florida. How crazy! We don't have humidity, but when it's 110. So VVMK says we don't have high humidity, but when it's 110 plus for weeks and the lows are mid 90s in the morning, it's still just miserable. Yeah, hot is hot, right? But I tell you what, it's different to just walk outside and be hot and not be sticky hot. Um, let's see what else. Where'd my Rena says in her dreams by the end of the month we'll be in the 90s until September or October. And that's pretty much the case for Phoenix, right? We won't get now that we're hitting the 90s consistent. Um, we'll stay there now. We finally made the turn down there. So we won't see cool weather again. In fact, I think last year when we went to Myrtle Beach, it felt cooler there, even with the humidity, than what we had put up with in Phoenix. So, oh, say more of that. Say that again.
No.
See, Rush, you got to call it out when you can. Uh, Jody says she didn't think she could live out west, but definitely could visit. I never traveled west to the East Coast. So, Jody, so now that you've mentioned that, right? Don't forget we have QuiltCon in February, and how awesome would it be for all of us to get together and spend a day? It'll probably take all of us shopping with Russ to carry his bags as he buys things all over the market. And so we want to help encourage him and make sure that he has a suitcase full to take back home. And because I know he is anxious to get out here. So hopefully a few others will be able to join us. I'm really excited for QuiltCon, and I feel very spoiled to think that it's actually going to be in Phoenix. So now I just have to plan a couple of days off work. I don't know that I'll take any of the workshops in that. I'd be interested to know if you all have gone to QuiltCon and if any of you signed up for some of the workshops. To me, it just seems like there's so much other stuff going on um, that I think I just want to go experience the event as a whole and not worry about trying to get in and out. Russ says, ask Stephanie how heavy my bags were back in February. I remember seeing the countdown to shopping, and that's where you've got the some of the pride flags from the Cary, North Carolina group, and that you found some awesome things. So I'm not going to say anything. Sherry said it's been beautiful in Atlanta this April and so far in May. She's enjoying the weather, but she knows it's going to get hot there soon. And I remember Atlanta. We lived up in Augusta, Georgia. And man, when that temperature turns and that humidity turns on, it's just so different. But I will say, being up in that part of the state and down in the bottom of South Carolina, it amazed me that it could be 100, 105 during the day and just miserable. And at 7 o'clock at night, we could actually go sit on the deck and enjoy it because there was like this breeze that just came in every night and just blew everything away. So it was kind of cool. Katrina says one day we'll have to come to Quilt Fest in Jacksonville. It's amazing. And I like Jacksonville. I haven't been to Jacksonville for quite a while. The last time I was there is when the Virginia Tech Hokies actually had a real football team and they were playing in the bowl game in Jacksonville. But I've spent a lot of time down in the St. Augustine area and over on that side. So I do really like that area. So I did not realize that Quilt Fest was in Jacksonville every year. So that may be something else we get to add to the list. Joey says she's been watching and thinking about it, but 2026 QuiltCon is back in North Carolina. Katrina says she has a spare bedroom now with a Murphy bed and all. Look at her. So does that, it might mean that Katrina's now an empty nester. I remember going through that phase. My daughter thinks that that phase will never hit her. She married into a family that already had 3 children. And of course, now they've had my grandson and granddaughter. So now they're up to 5 children. So with that said, it has just been crazy with everything going on. And so with that, um, sorry, builders are asking us to come out and see what's going on. So with all that happening, it has just been kind of crazy. So, oh, Jody says she wants to go ghost hunting in St. Augustine. I think that would really be awesome. I think that would be so fun. It's interesting. I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, and in Louisville they have a um, the old insane asylum hospital, and it's closed, and it's been closed and vacant for years and years and years. And now they do tours, and they do. I think they actually do overnight, like midnight walkthroughs and that. Unfortunately, none of my family, none of my friends that I have, including Curtis, have any interest whatsoever in going there. I think that would just be amazing. So yeah, I don't disbelieve in the spirits. I think there are things out there that we can't explain. I'm not going to challenge those, but I do think it's interesting to go and be around those and kind of be exposed to them. So just kind of crazy. Oh, Katrina says she's never been an empty nester. Her son informed her when he was 3, he would always take care of me. See, how cool is that? That's what my daughter told me. I told her, I said, but the problem is, I want to, like I live in Phoenix now and I love it. And I want to stay where it's hot and warm, or on the ocean. So she told me when I was old, and as I began to lose my mind, she would just put me in a room with a heater with a picture of the ocean, and I wouldn't know any different. So my daughter has a weird sense of humor. I cannot imagine where she picked that up from, but that is what she has told me and said. So, guys, I am sorry to cut things short tonight, but I do need to go out and see what the contractors have going on, answer some questions because we're not going to be back up for 10 days. But I so appreciate you dropping in and being here this evening. Welcome to all the new subscribers. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Thanks for sharing our channel. Thanks for helping get the word out there. And as always, we really appreciate the opportunity to chat. We will be on next Sunday. Hopefully, next Sunday will definitely be over an hour in going. And we hope things are going well for you this week. So until next time, happy crafting.